Hi, how has your meditation practice been going lately? I find that I want to meditate so much more than I usually do. And I'm actually really consistent with my meditation, and I have been for the most part over the past 15 years since I really got into it. But I find it's so easy to do it for longer periods, and also to do it more frequently. So I like to do it in the morning because I feel it sets the tone, it sets the intention of the day, and I think that's really important. It's important that you start off your day in that clear minded frequency. And no matter what's going on, I always like to set the tone of appreciation. So I always say, "Thank you, Source, for this day." And just by saying that, by shifting my focus into that appreciation, it seems to kind of clear the clouds and helps me to laser beam on gratitude, appreciation, and love, because those words are an act of love. So I'm connecting to love, the vibration, I'm opening to love, and I'm also giving love by giving praise and giving thanks back to Source. That kind of sets me off on the right foot, which is great. Other morning practices that I find really beneficial is, if you can, to get up, get out, and get moving. So any type of movement is wonderful. I love to run. I've been running since I was 13. I joined a running club in school at 13 and I've never looked back. I've actually, as a personal trainer, I've taught running courses. I think the benefits of running, not just physically, physiologically, but the mental relief, the emotional benefits of running is fantastic. And it's free, doesn't cost. You don't have to pay gym membership to run. You just need a comfortable, decent pair of runners, some good weatherproof gear. I run in all weathers and all seasons. And these days, to be honest, I run more for my mental health than anything else, because you just get that endorphin rush. You know, you get that lovely pink in your cheeks, you get that endorphin rush, your blood is pumping, and you feel clear-minded. I can go off on a run feeling really heavy and down, and by the time half an hour run, and when I come back 35 minutes later or whatever, I just feel like the weight of the world has been shook off. It's great for shaking off cobwebs. So yoga is also really great. Stretching, cannot overemphasize the importance of a good, decent stretch. Doesn't have to be complicated, fancy yoga poses, Instagram worthy and all that stuff. No, but just there's something about inverting our posture. Even lying flat on the mat, like after your run, lying flat on the mat and letting your spine just melt into the floor is absolutely brilliant. Anything that encourages deep breathing is going to help raise your vibration. So that includes sex, breath work, meditation, running, walking. Brisk walking is wonderful. In fact, they say by walking and getting the brain kind of moving in your head, it can shake out negative, heavy belief systems. It can really shift your mood. It can help you feel better in yourself. So I like to walk to and from work as much as I can. Even if I just do half of it, if I get the train halfway and do 20-minute walk, by the time I'm starting off my day to teach the meditation, I've connected with my environment. I feel I've shook that brain around enough that it's kind of woke up and it's feeling inspired. It's all about inspiration. And these positive daily practices are great tools to keep our mood level, to keep us in balance, especially through the winter months. I think we need it more than ever, because with the weather and the darkness, we're inclined to just get in a comfort zone of curling up on the couch or pulling up Netflix, and then our lives become very dull. And I'm not saying there is a place for that kind of autumnal coziness. That's important too, but we need to keep it in balance. So, for instance, this morning I took advantage of the fact that it was a calm day. You know, there wasn't a crazy wind, so I knew I could get on my bike and I could enjoy a bike cycle without being blown to bits or soaked with rain. I do know as we get nearer to Christmas that gets lesser and less because the weather just gets murkier. But taking advantage of those opportunities, you know, today is a bright, calm day. I can go on my bike or I can go for a run. And just being open to lining up with that. And I find that it's like the weather is really connected to my mood and really connected to, there's definitely a divine timing to weather, you know. And I think those of us that are high sensitives are very much weather sensitive as well. So we have to be important not to let that external condition of weather completely control and completely, control our choices. So even if it's the depths of winter and it's, you know, the weather's not great outside, I will just brave the elements and just wrap up warm, you know, put on the extra layers, put on a good hat and get outside and get that fresh air, because fresh air is so important for keeping your health in balance, you know. Hiking is brilliant, you know, anything that's elevated, going up hills, going up cliffs, doesn't have to be like you run up the cliff. Even if you're just walking up the, you know, doing a cliff walk with a friend or a loved one, or else perhaps on your own. But the tip I would say is do leave your phone at home. Don't bring your phone. I never bring my phone on me when I'm out for a run or out for a cycle. Now, if you're going somewhere dangerous, like a crazy mountain, you probably will have to bring your phone for safety reasons. Like, obviously, all this advice is use your common sense, okay? But like going out for a walk, you don't need to bring your phone if you're going out for a 20-minute walk. You know, the science actually shows that when we have our phone in our pockets, the brain, the benefits of going for the walk, we don't get the mental relief. We don't get those mental benefits. And that's because we're not switched off. You know, we're still aware of the notifications and the phone calls and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's like phone stays at home. Any chance I can get to not have my phone on me, I will take it. Little mini digital detoxes, even if it's only for 40 minutes or an hour, there's a benefit in that. A big theme I'm noticing at the moment with a lot of energy workers is there is this backlash with social media, with the digital stuff, with computers and all that kind of stuff. I think it's very apt right now because we are going into more 5D energies, which are more natural energies and supernatural energies, and being glued to a screen doesn't work with that. I love this idea. Someone I work with, he was saying his phone is just a phone. He doesn't want to use it to Google things or to check his email. He said his phone is just a phone. And hi, you know who you are, if you're watching. And I loved that. And I miss the days where the phone was just a phone. I kind of regret getting a smartphone. How about you? I know they're really handy and they're really convenient at times, but I don't know. Do the benefits outweigh the negatives? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Especially when I see such young people struggling with loneliness and connection. And they think a friend is someone that they never met, but they send a message to through Facebook. You know, I think that's really sad, actually. And I hope that we can, my feeling is that we will bring that back into balance and that we will rebalance the technology with the natural. So that's my little thought of the day. I'm going out to see a friend that I haven't seen for a while. So have a lovely weekend.